Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us here today in the rain. Over the last few weeks, we have all seen an enormous and alarming rise in the COVID cases across our community and the country. Our positivity rate in Miami-Dade County is now over 10%. And COVID hospitalizations are continuing to increase. Otherwise, perfectly healthy people, almost all of them unvaccinated, are ending up in the hospital with worsening symptoms. And we know that this Delta variant is particularly spreading extremely quickly. And although we have made incredible progress on the vaccination front, with over 75% of those above age 12 vaccinated, all those who are unvaccinated are at increasing risk. I've been monitoring these trends very closely with the advice of our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Peter Page, and I am in close contact with leadership at our regional hospitals about the worsening realities that they are seeing in their hospitals, in the emergency rooms, in the intensive care units. My number one job has been and will always be to protect the lives and the livelihoods of all of our residents and our visitors, and to make sure that we do not go backwards. We have come too far. We cannot go back. We must continue to build on the great progress that we made as a county to address this pandemic. So I have pledged from the beginning that if we see a spike in the positivity rates, that we would take all the necessary steps to protect the community, including making updated recommendations with full transparency about the facts. So today we are sharing some key measures the county is taking to combat this surge in cases, and to the steps that the community can take and must take to keep us safe and to slow the spread. Starting today, masks will be required at all indoor county facilities for employees and for visitors, in keeping with the new CDC guidelines that were issued this week. And even vaccinated people should wear masks in certain settings to maximize protection from the Delta variant. So in our buildings, everyone will be masked. Masks continue to be required in our transit facilities and in the airport under federal regulations. So we are strongly recommending that everyone wear masks in large crowds or closed spaces, especially around people that we do not know to be vaccinated. We can't do this alone. We're calling on our Miami-Dade County businesses to step up and help us to protect our community with smart COVID policies in their places of business, and also encouraging everyone, all employees, to get vaccinated. We're joined here today by Jacqueline Pirolo, who's the owner of Macchialina, a family-owned and delicious Italian restaurant in Miami Beach. They reinstated their mask policy 3 days ago for customers and employees, and they're encouraging their workforce to get vaccinated. So thank you, Jacqueline, and to the team at Macchialina for doing your part to protect our residents and workers. We are so grateful to all of the businesses who have gone above and beyond throughout this pandemic. They've innovated, they've adapted over the last many months, almost a year and a half. If we continue to step up and work together and do our part once more, we can slow the spread, and we can prevent these variants from taking hold and reversing the enormous progress we've made as a community. We know that getting the vaccine remains the single best step any of us can take to protect ourselves and our loved ones and reduce the spread of this virus. So the facts are clear. The vast majority of those who end up in the hospital due to COVID are unvaccinated, and many of them are otherwise healthy young people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. These vaccines are safe, and a full dose of vaccine is proven to be effective at preventing hospitalization and severe illness, including severe infection due to the Delta variant. So for all of you who have not yet been vaccinated, please get the shot as soon as you can to protect yourselves and your loved ones. Head to our website, miamidade.gov/vaccine, or in Spanish, vacuna, or Creole, vaccin, to find a vaccine site near you. We have doubled down on our vaccination efforts. We've expanded our outreach to the unvaccinated, and we are reaching out to vaccine-hesitant people. We're letting them know that it is safe, and it is the only thing that will keep you safe, is the vaccine. And this week, we opened several new mobile vaccine and testing sites across Miami-Dade County so that we could keep up with the need, and we will continue to partner with community leaders and key validators to get the message out that to everyone. This vaccine is safe, it's effective, and it is essential to protect against even more contagious variants that may be on their way. So we're going to continue to work with our cities who are represented here in force. Thank you so much to all of our city leaders, to our businesses, and to our community leaders to help us to spread the word. And so we need to get back to the basics. Everybody knows, get vaccinated as soon as possible. Wear a mask in indoor settings, public indoor settings. We also strongly encourage people to wear a mask in all public settings, even outdoors, especially when in large crowds and around people that you don't know to be vaccinated. Practice social distancing, socialize outdoors wherever possible. Stay home if you're sick. Don't go out. If you've been exposed or experienced any COVID symptoms, it's essential that you get tested. And if you're positive, to be quarantined. Do not go out and risk infecting others. We have also reinstated our regular COVID vaccine calls across my county team. This is our emergency management, our rescue teams. We're monitoring the latest trends, and we're taking all necessary steps to protect the community. So we're moving swiftly to reinstate daily hospital reporting requirements. This will ensure that we are once again tracking all of the key COVID data coming out of our hospitals, including the total COVID hospitalizations, the bed capacity, the ventilators in use, and more. This is essential so we all can be assured that our healthcare system will not be overwhelmed. And finally, we are convening our local university presidents ahead of the back-to-school address so that we can be sure to spread the message to all the students and faculty. Now is the time to take the precautions and make your vaccination plans. I was very encouraged to see the letter from the Florida Board of Governors that is strongly urging all students to get vaccinated ahead of the start of the school year, and we'll be working directly with our university leaders to ensure that students on college campuses have access to the vaccine, and we're going to continue messaging about why it's so important to get the shot. So we have all come too far. We have all sacrificed too much in this past almost year and a half. We cannot turn back now. Our economy is just beginning to rebound, and so it is essential that we do everything we can to keep building on the progress that we have made. We must do our part to control the spread, to keep our loved ones safe, and keep our community moving forward. The number one thing that we can all do is to be vaccinated. It is the solution. If you've already been vaccinated, please reach out to those in your lives who may have been hesitant and urge them now to get the shot as well. Your collaboration, the community efforts are what is going to get us through this challenging moment and continue propelling us into a brighter and healthier future. En español. Durante las últimas semanas hemos visto un aumento alarmante de casos de COVID en nuestra comunidad y en el país. Los casos positivos ahora llegan a más de 10% y las hospitalizaciones por COVID siguen aumentando, especialmente en jóvenes saludables que terminan en el hospital con síntomas graves. La variante Delta se está extendiendo muy rápido y aunque hemos logrado una tasa de vacunación superior al 75%, los no vacunados están en un gran riesgo. A partir de hoy se volverán a exigir máscaras en todos los edificios del condado para empleados y visitantes siguiendo la nueva guía de CDC que dice que hasta las personas vacunadas deben usar máscaras en algunos lugares para protegerse de la variante Delta. Las máscaras siguen siendo requeridas en el transporte público y en el aeropuerto bajo regulación federal. Trabajaremos con todas las ciudades representadas acá, negocios y comunidades para promover el mensaje de que es hora de volver a lo básico. Vacúnense lo más pronto posible. Usen máscaras en espacios públicos cerrados. También recomendamos que usen máscaras en público, incluyendo espacios abiertos, especialmente cuando hay multitudes o están con personas sin saber si están vacunadas. Sigan al distanciamiento social, socializan al aire libre cuando puedan, lávense las manos con frecuencia, quédense en casa si están enfermos o si han estado expuestos o tienen síntomas de COVID. Háganse la prueba, incluso si están vacunados. No podemos hacer todos esto solo. Hacemos una llamado a las empresas de Miami-Dade para que nos ayuden a proteger nuestra comunidad con políticas inteligentes para el COVID en sus propios lugares de trabajo. Sabemos que vacunarnos sigue siendo el mejor paso para protegernos. Los datos son claros. La mayoría de los hospitalizados por COVID no están vacunados y más del 40% son menores de 50 años. Las vacunas son seguras y ayudan a prevenir síntomas graves y terminar en el hospital. Si no se han vacunado aún, por favor, vacúnense lo antes posible para protegerse y proteger a sus seres queridos. Visitan miamidade.gov/vacuna para encontrar un sitio de vacunas y de pruebas. Estamos duplicando nuestros esfuerzos de vacunación y esta semana abrimos varios sitios móviles nuevos para pruebas y vacunas. Vamos a restablecer los informes hospitalarios diarios para monitorear datos importantes como hospitalizaciones por COVID, camas, ventiladores y más. Y finalmente, vamos a invitar a los presidentes de las universidades locales a que creen medidas de precaución y planes de vacunación antes del regreso a clases. Trabajaré con los líderes universitarios para asegurar que la vacuna sea accesible para todos los estudiantes en todos los campus universitarios y en el condado. Hemos llegado demasiado lejos y hemos sacrificado demasiado para dar marcha atrás ahora. Todos debemos hacer nuestra parte para mantener a nuestros seres queridos a salvo y que nuestra comunidad siga avanzando. Gracias.
Good afternoon. Mayor, thank you for your words and policy you put forth on the emergency orders that you have. That's the right that you have to protect our citizens, especially our employees and those that come to our building. It's very important that we obey these rules as much as possible. I just finished going through the Delta variant, and I can tell you it's not fun. I am blessed beyond reason. The doctors in Jackson, the people that took care of me, and a great family and a great God that also looked after me. So I'm one of the blessed ones that came out of this and pretty fast and well. But there's a lot of others that can't say the same, that have suffered tremendously, have suffered losses in their family, and them themselves have suffered a lot. This variant is stronger and faster than the priors. So therefore, we have to take a lot of attention to what we're doing. We got to protect those, and this is one way of protecting them with a mask, But the best way is getting the shot. If I hadn't gotten the shot, and I still got the variant, who knows what could have happened. I lost a friend of mine 4 months ago, a very healthy young man. Thought it wasn't nothing that could bring him down. He was a very strong guy. Well, COVID did. He lasted 30 days intubated before he passed. So if that doesn't get to you, and it's not important about you, please make it about the loved ones around you. Care about them. This is extremely important that we take care of those. But the number one fight that we could bring to this is getting vaccinated, as the mayor said. As far as County Commission and the chambers, and I know how my colleague Modestine here with me, we were going to enforce that masks are required, and required to be within the chambers also. So, therefore, we'll do our part as a County Commission and support the mayor, and to making sure that we could make things happen for the better of all. Esto es una cosa extremadamente seria. Gracias, alcaldesa, por su trabajo y lo que dijo anteriormente. Esto es una cosa que verdaderamente yo acabo de sufrirlo hace mucho. Yo tuve la inyección o la vacuna y cogí el COVID, el variante del Delta. Gracias a los doctores Jackson y la forma que me trataron y de tener la vacuna, hoy estoy aquí con ustedes, gracias a Dios, y estoy bendecido. Hay otros que no han podido decir lo mismo, hay familias que no pueden decir lo mismo, y hay personas que han sufrido muchísimo, y también pérdida de vida de sus familiares. Esto es una cosa demasiado seria para nosotros tomar por gusto. Tenemos que poner atención a lo que estamos haciendo con las máscaras y especialmente la neumonía. Una cosa que podemos hacer son las inyecciones. Tenemos que inyectarlos. Y yo soy un ejemplo. Yo me inyecté, pero fue el porcentaje pequeño que se enfermó, pero no fue como otros que estuvieron enfermos muy gravemente. Y eso es importante saberlo. So, de parte de nosotros, el comisionado Modestine, que está conmigo, mi colega, vamos en la comisión del condado también exigir que se pongan máscaras para proteger no solamente al público que viene, pero también los empleados y las personas que están en la comisión. Yo creo que es justo y necesario y podemos hacer esto y eso es lo que se va a llevar a cabo. Le agradezco mucho a todos que sigan estos reglamentos y muchísimas gracias.
Mayor Carlos Hernandez, City of Hialeah. First of all, Mayor, thank you for your leadership, and we're here to support you 100%. And it's a little frustrating to be sitting here a year later, because I remember we were all in the East last year when we have a COVID vaccine here. And it's very frustrating to continue sending a message that part of our family here in Dade County, and we are a family, actions are affecting the rest of the family. We all have to take personal responsibility. It is sad when I go now and I see the lines, hours, people waiting to get tested. Yeah, you can go to any store and get the shot immediately. It's sad when I see tourist buses stop in Hialeah to get the vaccine. Yet some of our members here, for whatever reason, and when I say members, I mean family members, because we're a family, for religious beliefs, political beliefs, misinformation, whatever it is, have chosen not to be vaccinated. And I respect everybody's rights, but we have to remember as a family that our action or lack of action is affecting other people. So we have to be united in that one message that the mayor is saying now, and let's take personal responsibility. Let's get back to wearing a mask. Please get vaccinated. Let's get back to taking social distancing. Businesses are going to take additional steps. Because when I saw the news 2 weeks ago, that it was, what, over 45,000, I thought it was a mistake by the Miami Herald. I swear I said they made a mistake. And no, it wasn't a mistake. And this week went up over 73,000. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I really hope that the state will start giving us numbers on a daily basis. So I'd really like to see the governor start giving us daily base numbers. But as a community, the vaccines are out there. The information is out there. This is like dieting. We know what we need to do when we want to lose weight. We have to follow through. So please, as a community, let's come together and take personal responsibility so we can slow down and stop coronavirus. Es un poco frustrante estar aquí después de un año donde hemos estado todos juntos peleando contra este problema con el COVID. pidiéndole a nuestros vecinos, a nuestros familiares, porque somos una familia aquí en Miami-Dade County, de todos hacer un poquito. Todos tenemos que tomar responsabilidad personal. Todos tenemos que hacer nuestra parte, porque esos que no hacen nada están afectando a muchas personas. Y hay muchas personas que lo cogen y no le pasa nada, pero esa persona ha afectado a muchas personas. Eso es hora que como una familia todos tomemos esa responsabilidad personal. Los otros días, hace 2 semanas, cuando vi los números de 45,000 nuevos casos del COVID, pensé que el jefe había hecho un error. Y no era un error. Y esta semana son 73,000, más de 73,000 casos. Si todos no hacemos nuestra parte, vamos a perder todo lo que hemos hecho. Y quién sabe. Quisiera ver la oficina del gobernador empezar a darnos números diarios de los casos para tener una mejor idea de qué está ocurriendo, más información. Pero al último del día eso no va a solucionar el problema está en las manos de todos nosotros. Y como una familia unidos tenemos que solucionar este problema y tomar nuestra parte. Gracias.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mayor Anthony DiFilippo from the city of North Miami Beach and also the Secretary of the Miami-Dade County League of Cities. On behalf of the League of Cities and the 34 cities, towns, and villages that we represent, we want to assure you, Madam Mayor, and members of the Commission, County Commission, that we stand behind you with one voice, a voice of solidarity, a voice of reason, knowing that we are going to work together as a team and accomplish the goal that needs to get accomplished. We see that the numbers have risen, we see how serious this is, and we've seen how much this has impacted our local economy. If there was ever a crucial time where each and every one of our cities need to come together and react, the time is now. So I implore and ask on each and every mayor for the 34 municipalities here in Dade County to come together, as I've said, in solidarity and show our county that we will stand together and we will do the right thing to make sure that any mandate or any ask that the mayor comes before us and asks for is put into place in every single municipality. We cannot afford, folks, we cannot afford to take one step back. We have come too far. We have paid the ultimate price in our communities. Businesses have closed. Our economy has been impacted drastically. Now is the time more than ever to show that we can come together as a team, as a family, as the brothers and sisters that we are in one common goal, and that is in unity to follow the message that Mayor Daniela Levine Calva has delivered to us here today. Señoras y señores, estoy aquí representando la Liga de las Ciudades del Condado Miami-Dade County. Le doy muchas gracias a todos por estar pagando atención hoy. Hoy más que nunca es importante que todo el mundo sepa que las 34 ciudades aquí en Miami-Dade County estamos apoyando 100% a la alcaldesa y al condado en las decisiones que han hecho. Hoy más que nunca es importante que todo el mundo sepa que hablamos con una voz para las 34 municipalidades que estamos ayudando y queremos ser parte y que usted sepa, señora alcaldesa, que la apoyamos a usted y a todos los comisionadores en las reglas que pongan adelante para estar seguro que nuestras ciudades todas estén protegidas. Señores y señores, hoy es el tiempo, hoy más que nunca, de saber que no se puede echar ni un paso para atrás. Si acaso todo el trabajo que hemos hecho para llegar a donde estamos hoy es tan importante, y seguir poniéndonos las máscaras y teniendo la distancia. Y esos negocios que están allá afuera que fueron tan impactados saben hoy más que nunca cuánto duele cerrar las puertas y que no podemos y no queremos que volver a tener que hacer eso otra vez. Pero solo lo podemos hacer con la ayuda de cada uno de ustedes. Así que le pedimos, vamos a venir juntos como hermanas y hermanas, como familias, como el condado fuerte que somos nosotros aquí en Miami-Dade County, y enseñarle a todo el mundo que nosotros sí podemos y sí lo vamos a hacer, y apoyar a la alcaldesa y al condado en las decisiones que han hecho. Muchísimas gracias.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Finney. I'm the president and CEO at the Miami-Dade Beacon Council. Those of you who are not familiar with Beacon Council, we serve as Miami-Dade County's official economic development partner. We're very connected in a deep way to the business community here in Miami-Dade County. Now, given that this press conference on relatively short notice, we didn't have an opportunity to poll our entire membership to get their input with respect to this issue. But I can tell you, based on all the anecdotal conversations I've had with our board members, we are absolutely supportive, 100% of the mayor's commitment here and the mayor's direction here. I do have my board chairman here, Mr. Gary Goldfarb, who was a part of a conversation just this morning where we talked about this issue and the importance of us getting behind the direction that the mayor has set. So on behalf of the business leaders that we represent, we encourage everybody in our community to support the direction that's been communicated by the mayor, by the board chair, and by the representative of the League of Cities, and of course the mayor of Hialeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Levine Cava, for allowing me to speak today. My name is Jacqueline Parolo. I own Maculina Restaurant, located in Miami Beach, for the last 9 years. Over the last year and a half, we have made tremendous pivots in order to keep our doors open, all while trying our best to keep our staff and guests as safe as possible. It's been a very challenging and stressful time. As an owner of a small business that employs about 30 individuals, I'm here today to ask my fellow community members 2 things. First, get vaccinated. It's available, it's free, and it's the ethical thing to do. Second, to follow the latest CDC guidelines and mask up indoors regardless of your vaccination status. Miami, let's all come together and make this a priority to ensure the health and safety of us all. As an industry, we cannot afford another closure, and as a society, we cannot afford any more lives. Thank you so much.
I just want to also acknowledge the presence of our Chief Judge, Saifi, with us as well. Thank you so much, Judge.
We're going to do Creole interpretation, and then we're going to open for questions.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Depuis quelques semaines, nous constatons que COVID recommence à apparaître dans le comté et l'a éparpillé école un peu partout dans le comté Miami-Dade. Taux positivité, les Kounia a dépassé 10%, ça veut dire que les continue à monter toujours parce que variant Delta est très contagieux. Presque majorité des gens qui admis dans l'hôpital Kounia, ils ont 20 ans, 30 ans, 40 ans, et les gens ont présenté l'hôpital avec plus mauvais dans symptômes. Nous continuons à suivre l'évolution de la maladie et nous fait tout ça nous capables pendant que nous continuons à travailler avec Dr. Page, qui est officier médical nous, qui a aidé nous à garder dans quelle direction nous sommes capables d'aller. Nous continuons à travailler avec l'hôpital local pour nous capables de faire tout ça qui est possible pour nous baisser le niveau de propagation du virus. Priorité numéro 1, c'est arriver à protéger la vie résidents et manière pour vivre pour nous capables de continuer à bâtir ce progrès que nous faisons déjà. J'aime dire déjà, si nous continuons ouais, que le virus a commencé à reprendre point, à reprendre place dans le comté, ça que nous avons fait, nous pris de nouvelles décisions. Et je dis, nous avons dit nous que nous avons annoncé que nous pris de nouvelles décisions, quand si moun a pratiqué, a venir dans n'importe qui local qui appartenu à comté Miami-Dade, moun sa yo nous demandé pour porter masque, pour être capable de pratiquer ça à la fois pour employés et pour pratiquer à la fois pour visiteurs. Nous demandons tout au monde qui a visité ou bien qui a passé dans le transit ou bien pour l'aéroport pour faire même bagarre là tout parce que ça c'est décision fédérale que liée. Nous travaillons ensemble avec business surtout pour nous faire en sorte que nous sommes capables de baisser le niveau du virus là qui a propagé. Je suis content pour me gagner avec moi aujourd'hui Jacqueline Pirolo, qui est propriétaire d'un business, un restaurant qui chita dans Miami Beach, et Mme Piccolo a dirigé le restaurant sacré Machalida. Je dis merci à toute l'équipe qui a fait effort et nous sommes très reconnaissants tout avec tout l'autre business qui a innové, qui a adapté, qui a fait tout ça capable pour nous capables de sortir côté nous hier. Nous avons continué de travailler pour nous baisser le virus là. Nous demandons tout le monde, s'il vous plaît, faire ce qu'on est pour capable vacciner parce que vaccination c'est meilleure protection nous toutes. Mais faire, mais réalité, majorité de monde qui arrive à l'hôpital c'est monde qui pas vacciné et monde ça c'est monde qui gagne 50 années ou soit moins. Pas oublier que vaccin c'est meilleure prévention que nous capables de considérer dans le cas Covid-19 là. Si vous pouvez vacciner, tant pis, allez dans miamidade.gov, fait /vaccin. Je vais répéter, miamidade.gov, /vaccin. Nous travaillons ensemble avec toute communauté, avec ville, avec tous les leaders communautaires pour nous faire tout ça qui est possible. Nous avons dit ça qui est plus important. Prenez vaccin, mettez masque, pratiquez distance sociale, pas arrêter dans la foule. Si vous pour rencontrer le monde, rencontrer au dehors, faites tout ça qu'on est tout pour laver main, pour capable pratiquer, arrêter la caillou si vous sentez ou commencez malade. Et l'autre bagage que nous voulons dire, c'est que nous avons demandé tout président universitaire pour être capable d'essayer de faire tout ça qu'on est pour demander aux étudiants de vacciner ou bien prendre protection contre Covid-19. Nous encourageons par décision board gouverneur Floridio qui eux-mêmes commencé à prendre décision pour vaccin, pour prendre précaution pour étudiants avant de rentrer. Si ou même vous vaccinez déjà, nous demandons, tant pis, demandons l'autre monde ou bien demandez plusieurs autres monde pour prendre vaccin tout. Entre-temps, il y a une chose que nous avons dit, collaboration chaque monde important parce que c'est ça qui va permettre que nous gardions un futur qui est plus clair. Merci.
I just want to also acknowledge the extraordinary presence of so many here in support. We have also the representatives from Greater Miami Chamber, from the Miami-Dade Chamber, from El Portal, West Miami, South Miami, Career Source, and our chief of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. So thank you. Yes, we'll take questions. And do you want to?
Continuing to be on the front line, working so hard to safeguard the public health of its citizens, with the governor gutting a lot of the local municipalities' efforts to collect signs, enforce signs. From a municipality perspective, how do you best support them? Is there a way to work even with police to ensure that anyone who is unruly or anything like that,
Yes.
they have some recourse here?
Yes, absolutely. And you know, we have been handling this situation for a long time now. And even without state mandates, we have been able to really implement a lot of these protections. And of course, our law enforcement agents are available to assist businesses who take those steps.
Mayor, question for you. When it comes to working with a lot of businesses, it's going to be up on them, like my community, to require people to wear masks. We all go to Publix, we all go to Starbucks. is what do you think their role is, these bigger corporations that feel like they're getting stuck into a political game? What do you think their role is here in Miami-Dade County, and do you plan to reach out to these big corporations like Publix, Starbucks, and implore them in Miami-Dade County to once again require mask coverage?
So the numbers are clear. These cases are on the rise, and people are getting gravely ill, and they're dying. So we're all part of this community. As Mayor Hernandez said, we're family. So we hope that businesses will do the right thing, and certainly we will do our part to reach out.
I have a question for you. The mask, this is indefinite, right? No time.
Yes, so we will always monitor. Once we go back down and things are under control, we hope to be able to reduce some of these measures, but for now we must mask up.
Following that up, any further measures contemplated at this point?
Yes, we're always looking at what more we could do.
Alcaldesa, el gobernador habló públicamente hoy, pero no mencionó nada de COVID. Y la Florida es número 1 en la nación. ¿Cuánto le preocupa no tener el apoyo del gobernador? Le pregunto a usted, alcalde de Hialeah, también.
Bueno, aquí estamos en el condado haciendo todo lo que podemos hacer por nuestra parte y ya sabemos los datos y vamos a seguir adelante con la protección de nuestra comunidad y pidiendo a todos que también hagan su parte. You wanted to answer that? Yes, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question here?
Sí, le preocupa no tener
I'll go down.
esta vez el apoyo gobernador cuando la Florida está en el lugar número 1 de casos nuevos en esta etapa tan preocupante con el variante.
Siempre he dicho que el condado de Miami-Dade, el sur de la Florida, no se puede tratar igual que el Panhandle, y aparentemente el gobierno no entiende eso. Para él esto no es un problema, no ha sido un problema nunca, y creo que en este momento estamos viendo las acciones que ha pasado, pero nosotros en este momento hay cosas que controlamos y no controlamos, y lo que podemos controlar, como dijo la alcaldesa, es qué podemos hacer nosotros. Que no esté de acuerdo con el gobernador, todo el mundo sabe mi punto de vista en lo que es el coronavirus. Pero lo importante es si nos ataron las manos, bueno, ¿qué nos queda? Y creo que para eso estamos unidos aquí como una familia, porque al último del día, Miami-Dade es nuestra familia.
Alcaldesa, el presidente Joe Biden dijo recientemente que se está considerando la posibilidad de que sea obligatoria la vacuna para los empleados federales. ¿Esto pudiera aplicarse también a nivel del condado?
Sí, lo más importante, como hemos dicho, es la vacunación y estamos revisando todo lo que podemos hacer. Yes. Yes, I think we're calling on everybody to do everything that they can, and that includes masking, that includes creating some distance, the outdoor venues, all of the things. Look, this is not our first rodeo. We've been here. We know exactly what we need to do, and it's on us to do it.
Don't you have the power to issue back and pass an ordinance requiring mask mandate? Doesn't Florida law allow that?
So we're reviewing everything that we can possibly do. There are some new rules that would require some additional steps that need to be taken, and we are certainly reviewing everything possible. Yes. Yes. So I just signed the order today, and we've been in touch with the hospitals, and they are going to be starting their regular reporting. There's a period of time for them to gear back up, but they're aware and they're willing, and not only willing, I think they're eager, because they are the ones that are on the front line being overwhelmed by these cases. And really, let's remind ourselves, when the healthcare system is overwhelmed, that is extremely dangerous for all of us. So we must do our part to keep people out of the hospital, and the only way to do that is to vaccinate and take these other protective measures. Yes, we are calling upon the state to provide us more frequent data so we can better monitor. I'm going to enforce mask wearing in the building.
But what happens is law enforcement calls in if they refuse to wear it?
we will do anything that we can, of course, to peacefully enforce the mask mandate. We're not at the point of citations. That is not where we are right now. Mm-hmm. Hay nuevas reglas del Estado que tiene que ver con quién puede hacer cuáles reglas y tiene que ser confirmado por la Comisión, por ejemplo. Estamos revisando todo y también lo que puedo hacer yo con los empleados míos. Estamos revisando también. Sí, nosotros tenemos todavía un estado de emergencia aquí local y bajo de esta yo puedo hacer varias cosas. Sí. Sí. Bueno, es muy importante que cada uno de nosotros hace nuestra parte. Y como Michaelina está haciendo, queremos que los otros también lo hacen para proteger sus trabajadores, los visitantes y la comunidad. Entonces, sí, como siempre, usar la mascarilla, tomar la distancia, sentar afuera si puede, todo que podemos hacer. Eso es una situación muy grave, muy peligrosa, y todos nosotros sabemos qué es, y debemos hacer todo lo que podemos para evitar un desastre.
I think we're done. Thank you so much.
I don't think there's any confusion, Doug. I think people need to look at the situation and take the precautions that they can. Not yet. Okay.